there's no thought.
Music, there's no thought. What about the first time you heard the group playing French music that they wrote?
Well, first of all, I didn't know that they wrote it,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was cool. It actually seemed, well, at that moment,
You weren't understanding the words yet.
no, but at that moment, my understanding of music was completely different than it is now. Because at that moment, it was like I was used to this really American perspective of music that says like, if you do music, you're somebody really special, and wow, you're a musician. Wow, that's great. Like people are obsessed with music like that. They make somebody into a spectacle, you know. So here in Port Vondra, it was like these guys are just friends, you know, they're just hanging out to have music together and it's no big deal. Just to sing songs, like, of course, that's a human thing to do.
You think it's essential to know music?
It's essential to have music in your life. It's essential.
Okay, what about to make music? Being the one that makes the music you're listening to. You think that's essential?
I don't know. It's ideal.
Because why do you think they would want to write these songs? And these songs have words.
Yeah.
What? Now that you know what the words mean, that you were just listening to, so not like innocently when you didn't understand what they were
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Or do you think now that
Yeah.
you know what the song is about,
To,
like, what does that even
yeah.
tell you about the American people? Just the words.
Well, actually, okay, the words like, it's a soup, and you can like dig into the soup and try to find out what's in the soup, but the fact is that they're actually making a soup. Where here, people are not doing that. I mean, I don't know people who are like writing songs just so they can, for the real purpose that they're writing the songs, the princess is just so that they can enjoy them with each other. Right? So they're being of service to one another.
Who do you think their audience is?
Them, their audience is themselves.
So the band, they just want to play for themselves.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
they end on the beach too, but first they have to please themselves. I mean, that to me that's what it seemed like they were doing, is because they want to enjoy their own music. They want to make, when they hang out together, they want to have a good time, and this is how they have a good time, is by having this music.
Alright, what about, do you think that the wine has any inspiration to their music?
No, bien sûr.
What do you think the wine has to do with the words that come out of Sammy as he's singing these words?
Boom, it's a part of everything. I mean, the wine has as much to do with it as,
Yeah,
as
but
the trees and
but by knowing him, he saves every time when he used to party when he was younger. He would save all the liquor left from the night before he was getting wasted for the morning, and drink it all and write songs about what he experienced the night before. He would write them in the morning,
that's cool.
but wasted, completely wasted,
Yeah,
drunk.
it's good that he had the opportunity to take the time to do that.
But in America, people that do that, like Eminem, would just say a bunch of stuff that seems insulting, but actually has something witty about it in a way. Like they get sued in America for saying stuff like that. Freedom of speech doesn't really exist, it seems.
Did Eminem get sued?
By everyone, by his mom, by gay people, but Eminem got sued by a shitload of people.
Really?
Yeah, after the first album.
Hmm. Do you think they would get sued for saying je la prends quand même à la droite? Or éjaculation en fécondation?
Yeah, but how could they sue you for saying ejaculation fécondation? What these?
No, they wouldn't sue somebody American. An American who said that, they wouldn't sue them.
No, yeah.
But what about l'amour masculin?
How would that be
Regarde
tolerated?
derrière.
What?
C'est moi qui l'en donne ton cul.
What, you have to drink the wine?
Why haven't you?
No, but the bottle. Like the
Yeah,
bottle has
but
to be
as
clear.
soon as this is.
No, but just hold the bottle the whole time. Like pretend it's second nature to have a bottle in your hand.
Alright.
Wait, should we talk about Totabel? Alright, wait, hold on, let's finish with
No,
the
but we have no video of Totabel. No, Totabel does not exist.
Mm-hmm.
That's only for me and you in the memory.
Yeah, but we can use it if we interview you.
Non, mais on n'a pas besoin de faire ça.
Alright, but I just sound like.
I'm talking.
So these guys are screaming love, masculine love, gay love, gay love. Of course, none of them are gay.
Yeah.
And then Jerome says, well, what, this is a free country, no? Well, what does he mean by, what is he trying to say there by screaming that out loud?
Well, he did it.
Yeah.
Pay.
Yeah, he just said it at the end. He's like,
Maybe he's saying you're free to be stupid, and he doesn't necessarily like it.
what, the
Like-
freedom?
Yeah. Well, they say free to be dumb. So, some people say a free country is not the best thing. But that's a regret of freedom. Because before you have a country, you have a block, you have a village. That's kind of what the problem is with having a country, especially when you have a country where you have like a flag and you sing the national anthem and everything, and you forget the fact that first you have a block, you have a neighborhood. So if you think you're so free to do whatever you want, then likely if you're a homosexual in your neighborhood, the neighborhood's gonna like think you're weird. You're not gonna fit in very well. So if you're like, yeah, it's a free country, I can do whatever I want, then you might get distracted and be blind to the fact that you're part of a community and you should try to find harmony with the people around you in your community. But from the look that's on your face, I'm pretty sure that's not what Jerome was trying to say. So, I don't know, man. That's the only thing that I was thinking of because of someone else I know that talks about it being a free country like that, like free to be dumb. But you see, this is the kind of shit that goes through an American's head when he's thinking about free country, all this shit. It's totally different than in France, man. I mean, the American people are being exposed to a kind of society that has never existed before. And it's amazing. It's crazy, and it's impossible to explain to somebody who's not American. It's totally new. I mean...
But of course, if you're trying to explain to an audience who thinks Americans are stupid.
But if you say Americans are stupid, then you just have not put enough time into trying to understand what Americans actually are. Because yeah, you can say they're stupid, but it's a lot deeper than that. There's a lot more shit going on than just being stupid. It's not like people are just stupid. They're like, alright, today I'm decided that, yeah, I'm about 12 years old, and I decide for the rest of my life I'm gonna be stupid. No, that's not how people, you know, like, what, it gradually happens that they become stupid. I imagine you take any person who you say is stupid and put them with duct tape on their mouth into a place where they see people who are acting normal, or rationally, whatever. They're gonna understand that shit. You see what I'm saying? People are capable of understanding normal things. Like I don't even think anybody is really stupid.
Or what did normalcy appear as when your territory was expanding once you got to France? Because you're talking about being normal and understanding what what it is to be a normal people of a society in order to have a well-being society.
Yeah, in France, it was actually the the concept of what is normal was expanded a lot. So a lot of different façons de vie were accepted.
Like music.
Of course, like every style.
But they're kind of copying the gypsy lifestyle, going around in groups, migrating from place to place.
Well, yeah, but that's okay. I mean, look at Totala. You had a million different lifestyles going on there, and but no, I think
Okay,
Harris.
wait, talk about Totavel. Alright, Totavel, what was striking you the most?
Uh, yeah, it was.
Different people.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Well, you're
Yeah,
asking
like
me, and then
the
you give me
different people!
you give me the answer to a question you asked.
Yeah, we'll say the different
Well, that's the obvious thing. It's just different people. But yeah, that's really it. I mean, that's the obvious thing, and that's really the truest answer. Is that there were so many different people there. And
different nationalities.
yeah, so
Because
many.
they're border
Alright, what were
countries
they?
with other countries.
Czech, Turkey, Russian,
Okay, wait, say that.
Korean, Italian, Spanish, French, American.
All in one campsite.
Yeah,
An American.
Bulgarian. There was a shitload of people, man. And plus, it didn't even matter because you had common languages there. You had Spanish, which was, I mean, first of all, you had French. But then you also had Spanish because the director, Vincenzo, he spoke Spanish.
And
So-
French.
And French, of course. I mean, he's the director of the program, so he spoke French, but there were some Spanish people there who didn't know any French. Like Noelia, you know. And I think Pablo didn't know any French.
So I guess the bottom thing we're getting to here is variety. You know, you want to have variety in your setting and
Yeah.
people.
And the
you're
harmony,
seeing.
too. Harmony is definitely a big one. Because, like, how do you find harmony with people who can't even talk to each other? Right? But you can. You definitely can. You just gotta be, like, you gotta be willing to let things happen as they will be. But it was cool. I mean, it was a lesson in being silent and being just a observer. Because during that time I really did not talk. I was just listening, chilling. If anyone asked me something, then I would talk to them. But other than that, I was just observing.
Alright, well, what does it mean to be sailing in the seas of red wine?
Oh, if you're sailing in seas of red wine, that means that there's a lot of people around that are drinking red wine. And red wine is like the air that we're breathing right now. So, like on the beach of Corrigo, that's when we were selling the seas of red wine because there was red wine everywhere. And that's just, it was a common thing. And then with the Feria and Tusa.
Alright, let's have different takes on this question. See, this question's important.
Oh man, hey, do you have any tissue?
Yeah, right.
Thanks. Man, the summer is coming.
Hell yeah.
can't even breathe through my fucking nose, man. It's crazy. The changing of seasons. It's so crazy. It's like what, April 13th or no 14th right now.
Hey, can you pass me the red wine?
Tu veux du vin, man?
Ouais.
Vas-y, je t'en donne.
I want someone to just stop what they're doing right now and ask themselves what it means to go in the seas of red wine. To sail the seas.
Yeah, so everyone drinks wine in France. It's really common to get wasted on a normal night in the summer. And
Well,
yeah.
it's not common in America.
Well, it's common in America, but it's not common in Iran. Or, man, actually, it's probably pretty common in most places in the world. I don't know, where is it not common for people our age to get drunk in the summer on like an evening?
I guess it's our world that's got that. See, France was still part of this world, of the world, you know.
Oh yeah, there were so many similarities of France.
Of what?
Well, just young people being independent, first of all. Right?
Yeah.
Because that's not common everywhere. But yeah, young people are independent in France and also in the US. But the way that they use their independence is totally different in both places. Like, I have to say, most commonly, people in France are way more willing to spend time outside in a way that they can meet people that they've never met before and just, you know, be friendly to everyone, be friendly to strangers, everything. But in the US, normally people our age will just prefer to stick to their own regime and ignore outside people. Like, if they meet a stranger, they're not really entertaining the possibility of becoming friends with them or spending any time with them.
Oh, we can see your face.
Where in France,
Well, so here they talk about being awkward a lot. Like the moment is awkward.
yeah. Well, that's a word that does not mean anything.
Awkward.
I mean, this is the very beginning of a word that has never existed before. So awkward, you're not going to find any word for that in any other language in the world besides English. So, for example, how do you translate that into French?
What?
It
Awkward?
was really awkward. Like, oh yeah, I saw Jen at the theater, and it was really awkward. Just that. How do you translate that to French?
C'était bizarre. But bizarre means weird.
Yeah, it's different than awkward. It's very different. Awkward means embarrassed, kind of. Like, I was embarrassed. I felt embarrassed, but also she felt embarrassed. So embarrassed. How do you say I'm embarrassed? You say embarrassed.
Embarrassé.
Really?
Yeah.